I would like to invite on stage Mr. Prashant K. Banerjee, Chief Executive Director, Society of Indian Automobile Manufacturers, SIAM. Welcome to you, Mr. Banerjee.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's my profound privilege, honor, and pleasure to be part of this very innovative Times Drive Auto Summit, recognizing the excellence in automobile industry with the title Future of Mobility. Looking at the time where India is asserting itself, rising, aspiring India, assertive India, having a dream of becoming Viksit Bharat by 2047, the mobility is a must. The contributions of mobility industry has already talked about. It's a sunshine sector, and India has become the third largest market in the world. And very soon, we hope to become from fifth largest economy to the fourth largest economy in the world. And this is only possible with the demographic dividends what India brings in, the kind of confidence we are reflecting in every sector of developing economy, and the very clear vision which our Honorable Prime Minister set for all of us to march towards a world where we have a tagline of G20, Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, one earth, one family, one future. So sustainability is a talk of the town, and it's given that energy security, climate change mitigation, GHG reduction, air pollution management of different cities, as we have a big challenge in our cities, self-reliance, Atmanirbhar Bharat, the geopolitical uncertainty bringing the national priority to the fore. And it's very important that we recognize what is the need of Indian populace. And we are very happy that SIAM has a tagline, building the nation responsibly, and that's where the nation comes first, auto sector priorities come second, and of course the individual company representations become the third relegated priority for SIAM. SIAM is very proud that the Panchamrit goals and the COP26 targets given to us, we are well on course to achieve the same with the collaboration, cooperation and communication with stakeholders. We are very happy that the wheels of mobility is given by the energy provided by oil marketing companies, and we are very happy that here Mr. Garg, representing HP, is very closely collaborating with us in our journey towards decarbonization. SIAM has a very clear three-pillar sustainability advocacy. The first pillar is the decarbonization. As you know that 45% carbon intensity reduction is the COP26 target given by 2030. 2070 carbon neutrality net zero target given to us. We need to decarbonize, and that's where Indian automobile industry, SIAM members, is proud to share that the advanced biofuel policy by 5 years with E20 target 2025 given by our Honorable Prime Minister, we are very proud to say that we have complied with and we are ready. Going from E20 pan-India, we are also ready to adopt the flex fuel vehicles, and 19 vehicle models of across category, two-wheeler, three-wheeler, four-wheeler, we have demonstrated in Bharat Mobility Global Expo, and we are well on course to adopt flex fuel vehicles adoption in our country based on the vision and the direction given by Government of India. So one side, we are in agrarian economy, we have the blessings of rain, shine, sunshine, and of course the biodiversity. Therefore, CBG plants, that is compressed biogas route, the route of providing ethanol through 1G and 2G, whether it's a sugarcane or grain route, we are well on course to decarbonize very big chunk of our conventional fuel gasoline. When it comes to biodiesel, we are working very closely with the Government of India to explore the possibility of replacing part of diesel, which is the largest consumption as part of the energy requirement point of view goes for transportation. We are looking how we can adopt biofuel in greater percentage in our diesel. So one story is about the adoption of biofuel for self-reliant India, farmers' income doubling, for becoming more diversified energy source for the country. The second part comes, how do we adopt CNG and LNG? And we are very proud to tell you that Indian automobile industry, we have presented to the world's first two-wheeler CNG, Bajaj Freedom. And that's a kind of reflection of Indian automobile industry's uniqueness, the engineering prowess, and we are very hopeful that we will be able to demonstrate that how innovative the Indian automobile engineering is providing the affordable, environmentally benign and safer mobility to all at a cost no one can imagine. So therefore, one side is CNG story is unfolding in categories which is never imagined anywhere in the world. We have the largest fleet of CNG buses. We have now more than 17% penetration of cars in CNG, and we are very proud to tell you that corresponding to each model of conventional fuel, our member companies have provided CNG options. So depending upon the availability of pan-India fueling stations, retailing stations, which is the target of Ministry of Petroleum and Natural Gas, that 15% CNG penetration in transportation by 2030, with more than 15,000 CNG stations being provided, is one story. The LNG, which is a very good option for the long haul diesel decarbonization option, there also we are working very closely with the Government of India, and we are proud that we will be able to demonstrate that LNG is a viable solution. While gasification is one story which we are bringing in, biodiesel, biofuel adoption through the Jaivik Pahal initiative of SIAM, we have accepted it. The third very important element, which is the talk of the town, is the electrification, and India is not behind in electrification. We are working very rapidly, and with the Government of India's PME drive initiatives, auto PLIs, the FAME 1, FAME 2 schemes, and of course the demand side, supply side interventions at different state and central level, the electrification journey is very, very promising in India. And that's where we are very hopeful that Indian automobile industry is all set with its Vidyutikaran electrification initiative to adopt electric vehicles in our fleet. Of course, the electrification is coming up with very clear mandate that where you have a return of investment, TCOI is justified, which is more of a commercial vehicle first, followed by the personal segment. And that's how the migration is happening, and you are able to see that how three-wheelers have easily accepted the electrification, and now we are seeing more and more penetration in two-wheeler and taxi segment, followed by, of course, personal segment. But public transportation like buses are given for electrification. So we are also working on very closely on zero emission trucking, and truck has a big potential for reducing the particulate matter and save the energy, which is 45% of the overall transportation cost. So therefore, we are very proud to present on behalf of SIAM these initiatives of decarbonization in the form of a very curated initiatives. So I would like to request to play a video which will talk about what SIAM is doing in the form of its contribution towards sustainable mobility. May I request the video be played.
SIAM, an apex not-for-profit national body of indigenous and global major automobile vehicle and engine manufacturers in India, working for sustainable mobility advocacy with the motto of building the nation responsibly, aligned with the vision of Government of India. SIAM steadfastly striving for providing safer, affordable and environmentally benign, inclusive mobility to all by prioritizing sustainable mobility advocacy around social, economic and environment imperatives by focusing on specific initiatives to attain the UN SDGs 2030. For SIAM, clarion call of our Honorable Prime Minister, Shri Narendra Modi, at COP26 UN Convention on Climate Change at Glasgow, announcing Panchamrit, 5 elixir goals together with Amrit Kaal at 2047 vision, sets the milestones on the path of sustainability. In alignment with rising India's vision and aspirations, SIAM has identified 2 key pillars of road safety and decarbonization, on which edifice of sustainable mobility rests. Considering alarming road safety concerns in India, SIAM has decided to initiate 360-degree campaign to address and mitigate road safety menace under Surakshit Safar theme, focusing on education, enforcement, emergency care, engineering and environmental priorities. For decarbonization of transportation, aligned with the national priorities of energy security, pollution mitigation, Atmanirbhar Bharat, that is, self-reliant India, and international commitment towards greenhouse gas reduction, SIAM has curated 5 specific advocacy initiatives. Jaivik Pahel, Bio Initiative of SIAM to promote adoption of biofuels in transportation, including 1G, 2G ethanol, biodiesel and compressed biogas. Vidyutikara, Electrification Initiative of SIAM to embrace virtues of electrified mobility by proactively supporting cross-segment proliferation of homegrown indigenous technologies and manufacturing propped up by government auto and advanced chemistry cells production-linked incentive schemes. Chakriyata, Circularity, another important initiative of SIAM for cradle-to-grave management of vehicles, which focuses on 4 R's: reduce, recycle, reuse and recover, for design to end of life of vehicle. Gas Gatishilata, gas-based mobility initiative of SIAM prioritizes energy transition of automobile industry to compress natural gas as Government of India decides to expand CNG filling infrastructure to 10,000 stations by 2030 pan-India in more than 100 cities. Harit Hydrogen, hydrogen-based mobility initiative of SIAM aligns with the grand vision of National Green Hydrogen Mission launched by Honorable Prime Minister of India with an objective to make India a global hub of green hydrogen production and export. Unsatiated desire and unflinching pursuit of excellence with motto of building the nation responsibly have been the motivation of SIAM's relentless efforts towards sustainable mobility advocacy. SIAM, building the nation responsibly.
Thank you, everyone. And this is where the Times Network, now or nothing, building the nation responsibly, it's a time right. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Banerjee, for enlightening all of us with the great initiatives taken by SIAM towards building the nation responsibly. Thank you so much once again. Can we please hear a big round of applause for him one more time? May I now request Mr. Rohit Chadha to please join us up on the stage and kindly felicitate Mr. Banerjee with a token of appreciation. Thank you so much, sir, once again, for sharing all your valuable insights with us. Ladies and gentlemen, please keep the claps rolling. Thank you. Thank you once again, Mr. Banerjee. Thank you, Mr. Chadha.